Surah 489. They wish that you should disbelieve, that there are people who are trying to sway Muslims away from religion. They wish that you should disbelieve as they disbelieve, and then you would be equal. Therefore, take note to yourselves, don't be friends with them until they immigrate in the way of God. Then, if they turn their backs, take them and slay them wherever you find them. Take not to yourself any one of them as a friend or helper. So this verse, absent any other context, says, hey, there are people who are trying to sway you away from Islam. Don't be friends with them. And if they convert to Islam and then move away, you are to kill them. It doesn't say anything at all about this is self-defense. This is about belief. And if they believed and they stopped believing, you are to take them and slay them.
Okay. And that's your interpretation when you...
I'm reading it. What's wrong with my interpretation?
Yeah. The correct interpretation is what the Prophet says.
So the Prophet didn't say this? The Prophet didn't say this?
This is the word of God. But you got to see how the Prophet acted on it.
So, no, I don't. 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 If this is the word of God and the prophet acted differently, then the prophet is in conflict with God. I would not write a book that says kill people who don't believe. Even if I wrote it and intended to clarify it later or have some prophet clarify it, I don't know why prophets need to clarify the word of God, why the word of God isn't clear enough on my own. But if I'm God and I write a passage that says, if anybody believes and then turns away, you are to take them and slay them. I am a monster. Hang on. And if I later often offer to correct it, to say, no, I didn't really mean, then I'm a idiot.
Bro, why do you swear? Why do you swear?
Why shouldn't I swear? I'll tell you exactly why I swear. Because we're talking about 1 billion people who are convinced, many cases like you, that this is the perfect word of God. And then they do a tap dance about what is the correct interpretation, or what did the prophet do with regard to this. And they sit here and you make an argument like the one you just made to me, which is, hey, Matt, if you wrote a book like this, I wouldn't write a book like this. It's inhuman. I would never say, go people. Wait a minute, I was just teasing. That's stupid, because if the later passage gets removed, or if somebody says, no, the later passage doesn't clarify 489, it clarifies this other passage over here, now I'm leaving it all in the hands of people to interpret. And if what I've given them to interpret says people who stop believing, I'm an ass. I am a monster. I am instructing people in inhuman things. Did God write that passage?
Yes.
And is that passage good as it stands?
Did you read the whole chapter?
It doesn't matter what the rest of the passage says, unless something in the rest of the passage says, ignore 489.
Man, I just want to tell you...
Are you going to answer any questions, or are you just going to tell me one last thing? Did God write that?
You are not allowing me...
He said he did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it good?
Yes.
And does it instruct you to kill non-believers?
No.
Then you're a liar.
Why?
Because it says, if they turn their backs, take them and slay them wherever you find them. That is an instruction to kill non-believers.
At any time, right?
I don't care. I don't care if he only meant to do it on Tuesdays or do it once every 50 years. It gives you an instruction to kill non-believers, doesn't it?
No. You know,
does that passage, Aziz, Aziz, does that passage...
You are not allowing me to finish any sentence.
Aziz, does that passage say to slay non-believers?
In what time?
Okay, now we're on to something, because you're acknowledging that it says slay the non-believers, right?
Yes, in what time?
I don't care what time. I don't care if it was 500 years ago or last Tuesday or last week. It says, does it not slay non-believers, right?
So, right. Did they just tell them?
Why can't you be honest about what your book says when I'm looking right at it?
Yeah.